Yo, yo. Okay, this is take three, man, because I'm trying to get better at explaining things. I've just never been the best at explaining things. I've always gone on a tangent. So this is practice for me on what I'm trying to explain. My name is Maximilian. I'm just using this channel to post as an outlet, just whenever I have thoughts, and I don't really have anybody to talk to them except my dad or a couple of my friends. But if anything, I just want to get this message out there a little bit. So this is gonna be a little quick video, but I just want to have this video be a reminder. So before you look at any of this, all the scribbly stuff, I want you to understand something and picture yourself something. The first thing I want you to do is just breathe. Now the second thing I want you to do is look at anything physical in your room, the device you're holding, the device that you're watching this video on, this marker that I'm holding. Now I want you to understand that it all came from a thought. It all came from somebody else's imagination. Unless you make your own clothes, you made your own house, you grow your own food, then it's coming from your imagination. Which then somebody else is going to benefit from your imagination as well. So it's a constant chain of imagination cycles. You know, people put out their imaginations to the world, and you put out your imaginations to the world, and then you die. You know what I'm saying? Or you can give your imagination to some corporate company or something, and you can just, you know, help build their imagination, which is not bad at all either. Anything that makes you happy, you know, anything that fulfills you. So if we know that, then we can understand and comprehend the fact that technically everything is an imagination, you know, or at least everything physical outside from nature. Anything that's tangible that has just been like thought up and created, it came from somebody else's imagination. The only thing is nature and animals. We don't know where those came from. Most likely God. I know a couple people have those scientist theories, the dome theory. Listen, bro, I don't know. But all I do know is that like the paved roads that go down, the skyscrapers that you see, the houses that you see, it came from us. All right, human beings, humanity, man, who we are as people. So it's really fun to think like that. You're like, wow, we're just in a whole world of Legos, a whole world of just thought. And how did that thought actually come to manifest? Well, it came from somebody else's mind. It came from the fact that, hey, man, I'm getting a lot of good feelings from this imagination of mine, right? I'm getting a lot of good feelings from this imagination. I'm going to go ahead and make this happen. That's when the action comes in. Now, if I bring up the 12 Universal Laws of Success by Dr. Herbert Harris, man, he had this. I'm trying to see where it's at. Bear with me here. And I just want to be specific because I don't want to butcher it, so. Okay, yeah, so it's basically the process by which thoughts becomes things or results. You know what I'm saying? When you yield results, I love to say. First, they come from thoughts, then the feelings, then the vision, then the goals, and the plans, and the actions and results. If you want to condense this down, I would say it's thoughts, feelings, actions, results. You know what I'm saying? All the other stuff is just in the middle. So, condensing it down, it's your imagination, it's what you feel from that imagination, it's your action that you take, and the results that you get from it. So, you never stop imagining no matter how old you get. Now, when people say when they were kids, you know what I'm saying, and this is why people take psilocybin, because they bring up that kid imagination again, or whatever. That's because that we have two imaginations, I believe. And this whole video concept is just literally coming from my talk I had with my friend Daniel last night for about 5 hours. We were just chopping it up about reality, about what we think we are, about this whole system that we live in, this whole world. So we have two imaginations, man. We have the creative imagination. That's where we can look at kids. You know what I'm saying? If they want to cry, they're going to cry. If they want to build, they're going to build. If they want to go for it, they're going to go for it. If they're going to touch the stove, they're going to touch the stove. If they're going to play with the spider and the snake, they're going to play with the spider and the snake. To me, I believe dogs and kids are the closest thing. Are the two closest things. You know, to God, to the universe, because it's almost like an untampered soul. It's a fresh soul. It's pure. It's not diluted within filters, narratives, inverted imaginations is what I'm about to get to. When you're a kid, all you are, just look at this side only. When you're a kid, all you are is literally the clear imagination. You let life flow through you. You're just experiencing. You're just picking things up. You have that kid creativity. You're going out there and you're finger painting. You're walking around. You're playing with your food. You know? You're not really giving a damn about nothing. You're just being a kid. You're just imagining things and you're just creating. So, inevitably, you're going to get older. When you spawned in here, you spawned in here. You're a kid now. You're 1 year old. You're a baby. You're walking around. So, when you spawn in, that's going on. You know, you're at full creative power. Now, remember when I said you never stop imagining? Your imagination can and will be tainted by the physical world. That's where you have your environment, your mentors, your parents, your friends. This is the environment. The environment will shape your imagination if you let it. I mean, it's going to regardless. You're going to grow up and you're going to have these beliefs because they were instilled into you. Almost everything you know is just being instilled and passed down. Now, the cool thing about it is that you can let go of these things. Because they're going to come with you when it comes to being an adult. When it comes to growing up and as your body gets older, you know, your imagination may be more rugged, it may be more blocked out because you have something called your inverted imagination. You have your creative and you have your inverted. Now, some people, as they get older, they start to look at the physical world. They start to look at their failures and they start to put a narrative on that. They start to form a perspective shift. When they were a kid, they were like, man, I'm number one, I'm him. I'm going out there and I'm doing it. Now when they're like 20 or 25 or 30, they're like, man, I tried to do that before, I failed, I couldn't do it, a lot of things happened to me. Ah, man. They just get this like, what the fuck? Wait. This is not how we used to be as kids. We're like recalling fear, and we're recalling this, which failure isn't bad, but we have a bad spin on failure. We have a bad spin on running into a wall and falling flat on our face like, oh, we're supposed to run away from that, and we're supposed to, no. That's just what the physical world instilled in you so you don't use your creative imagination to your full extent. Because someone who's always using their creative imagination, no matter what, is going to be like, yeah, I am ruminating a bit about this decision because I am older, I'm not a kid anymore. I have these programming and I have these teachings instilled with me, but because I want to inspire and my imagination imagines it, I'm going to upload this video, I'm going to put the camera up, I'm going to get these boards, I'm going to get this marker, and I'm going to post it. You can't stop either one. You can't fully live in your creative imagination because you're just not a kid anymore. You have things that are inside you. You have things rooted in you. At least you can use your imagination to understand where the inverted part comes from. And that's where you're going to understand your roots. That's where you're going to understand your habits. That's where you're going to understand your childhood trauma. And that's where all your pent-up hate and aggression is going to come from holding that stuff in, holding on to that version of the inverted imagination. You're like, nah. When in reality, I'm going to say it's going to be brutal to some, but you can simply just let go of it. Easier done than said. We could sit and argue about that whole thing, and that's exactly the point. It's easier done than said. You literally just have to embody it. Unapologetically. Because it's your imagination, it's your world and your mind. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have an inverted imagination. You're going to have precautions. You're going to look around, look over your shoulder, because you've seen what the world has done. You've seen what the world has done to the person that just died in a car crash. And your mind is like, damn, maybe I won't drive just because I saw him die in a car crash. Because that's a possibility, and yes, even though it technically is a possibility, another thing you have to accept and understand is that you can't control this physical world. The physical world, as we know, is simply just the present moment. Everybody is just experiencing a present moment. We're just collectively experiencing right now. That's all that we are, is just being an awareness in the now. Okay? Stay with me. Back to the imagination. So, if you want to start imagining creative things again, you have to stop letting your inverted imagination take control of you. You have to stop letting yourself be controlled by the physical world, by what people think, you know, because at the end of the day, those people are also just imaginations. You're envisioning what people are thinking of you, and if they're probably thinking something bad of you, then that means you're technically imagining something bad of yourself. You're imagining a flaw or an insecurity, and now you're going to put it onto somebody else and look at it from their eyes, when you can never do that. It's none of your business what they think of you. And that's good if they're thinking of you. It's good if they're thinking good, bad, anything about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really doesn't matter, basically. All that matters is understanding how to control your inverted imagination, because I do believe everybody has it. You know, that's where we get these habits. We get these quote-unquote flaws, we call them. You know, I just think it's a part of being human. I think it's a part of being yourself, you know. You like, unless you're a kid, or a lot of people when they get older, they just like let go of everything. They just let go of all that stuff. Like when they're older, they just stop caring about a lot of things. That's when the imagination starts to come in again, and they're like, wow, like people really weren't paying attention to me like I thought. People really weren't criticizing me like I thought. I've actually could have helped more people if I just would have let my imagination run free, and I would have got the feeling, and I took that feeling, and the thing about the result is that how fast can you take that feeling and turn it into an action? That's where you get manifestation. How fast can you take that imagination, figure out everything that you can do to turn that feeling into an action, you know, or turn that action into the result? Like, how fast can you do it? As soon as I got the shower, when I thought about this, I was like, dude, I gotta record this video. I gotta get this out there. I gotta make a new channel. I gotta post this out there. No cuts, unedited, just me and the people. I feel like freaking Alan Watts, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? So, basically, all I want you to do is just be aware of this. You don't even have to struggle with this or be like, oh man, I imagine it. Just stop ruminating. Stop struggling with it. Stop making it so difficult by talking so much and thinking about it so much. You know, like, there isn't anything else except right now. So, just imagine yourself being the person you want to be, and just literally take that, you have the feeling, and then the feelings, of course, are going to get interrupted by the inverted imagination. The inverted imagination is going to be like, whoa, hold on. Before you do that, remember this time that happened and you got embarrassed and you failed, and now people are going to look at you and laugh at you. You don't want this to happen again. It's way easier just to stay back, stay out of control, and just, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't run into, you know, when your nervous system's telling your heart to pump up because you're nervous, you're on stage. You don't want that. That's pressure. That's not your comfort zone. You want to stay doing whatever you've been doing, and you can avoid all that. You don't have to deal with the fear. You don't have to do all that. Just don't do it. See, the inverted imagination is good at doing that, because I'll tell you what. And here's where it gets scary. The more times that you say, all right, I'm laying down, you're right, I can't do it, it's going to become you. That is going to be you. That's going to be all you know. Just not doing it, giving into your inverted imagination, laying down. And now it's going to be harder for me. Bro, you don't know how many times I wanted to get up, make a video like this, but I was too afraid. My inverted imagination would make up all these scenarios. As soon as I get a good idea for a good scenario, now the inverted says, all right, here's all these other scenarios. And now it's going to ratio that and be like, all right, I can't do it. Let me just go back to doing what I was doing, sleeping in, laying down. It's all good. I want to stay in my comfort zone. I want to be cool, comfortable. But no, I want to be able to share this. I want to be able to put this out there. I want to be able to receive the criticism. I want to be able to grow from it. It's the only way how we can expand and grow as people. It's the only way to stay alive, in my opinion. You're always moving around. You're always doing something. You're always letting your imagination lead you. And yes, you're going to have that inverted part, but the point is just not ruminating on it. Stop thinking about the inversion. You're going to have the inverted imagination. Just stop giving into it. Let your action be a reflection of your creative imagination, not your inverted imagination. Thought my phone was ringing. See, my percent is on. My battery dead. But yeah, that's really it, guys. That is the 15-16 minute video, dude. Bro, basically, dude, just stop letting it rule you, okay? And we could talk about the mask and the ego in another video, because that also plays a big part in your imagination. Your mask and your ego. Daniel said something of the words of like, imagine how many creative artists and beings we lost because they let their inverted imagination win. They told themselves that they couldn't do it. Imagine that. Imagine how many people we've lost in the process because they told themselves that they couldn't do it. That is going to be the topic of the next video.